Hello, everybody. This is Kirby over yonder, and I watched the Midnight Gospel, which is a Netflix series with the same creator as Adventure Time, Pendleton Ward. Um, and I'm gonna talk about it. I sort of felt obligated to watch this because it's created by Pendleton Ward. But going in, I wasn't really sure how to feel about it because excuse me. The first trailer didn't get me very excited for the show. It just kind of seemed like another raunchy adult cartoon. But the second trailer actually, um, I feel like it did highlight some more interesting things about the show and made me a bit more interested. Um, and I watched it and I ended up feeling pretty on it. Like, it's not terrible, but I don't really like it that much. Basically, what the show is, it's like a podcast, but it's also a cartoon. It's a weird. So like in the first episode, he goes to like this version of the main character, Clancy. He goes to this version of Earth to like some other version of Earth to like uh, record like to interview someone for a podcast, and yeah, he interviews the president, and like at first it's sort of funny, like they're having just a casual conversation about like drug use while fighting off zombies, but then it goes on, and then you realize like every episode is like this. um Basically every episode is like Clancy and someone else talking while a bunch of other random things go on in the background, and it gets kind of old. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I mean, I didn't want to hate this. There's some creativity with it, but like I don't know. It just gets very formulaic and very boring. And what doesn't help is that usually like the background stuff doesn't actually have anything to do with what the characters are talking about, and um in terms of what they are talking about, I usually don't find it to be very interesting. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I didn't like it. I when I was watching this, admittedly, I don't think I chose the best way to watch it because I watched it all in one day, which probably isn't the best way to watch the show. But like, I didn't know that going in, so um, well, when I was watching this, I was thinking to myself like, maybe I'm maybe I'm not supposed to be watching it. Maybe I'm supposed to be listening to it because when I'm listening to a podcast, I don't you don't just like sit there and do nothing and listen to it. Like, I'll usually when I'm listening to a podcast, I'll either be playing video games or doing work, something like that. So I thought maybe that's how you're supposed to watch this. But like then there's stuff that goes on in the show that like you wouldn't be able to understand if you weren't looking at it. So you are supposed to look at the show, but like it's also kind of a podcast. I like why didn't I'm sorry, but like why didn't Pendleton Ward just like make a podcast? Why did he like why did they choose to like make this sort of a podcast and sort of a cartoon? Like those two, I don't know, they just don't mesh together. Like I I don't know. Also I don't really like the art style of the show. I can't really like the animation in terms of like the way it moves. It looks really good, but I don't know. I'm not really that big a fan of the art. I don't really know why exactly. I feel like it's just like something about the colors and like the saturation of it all. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, but I just wasn't really a fan of the art style of the show. However, there's a but, and it's a big but. um, the last episode. is actually really, really good. Like if you could only watch one episode of the show, watch that one. Because it's amazing. Pretty much, it's about Clancy. It's the final episode. Wait, I said that. It's the eighth episode. And basically Clancy goes and he visits his mom, and it's cool because like throughout unlike the other episodes where the visuals have nothing to do with what the characters are talking about, um with this one, um like Clancy starts out as a baby and like he ages throughout the episode, and then at one point they kind of have like a role reversal where like he gives birth to his mom and then she's a baby and she starts aging. It's weird, but like it's cool because like the visuals actually have something to do with what the characters are talking about, and the characters are just talking about he asks his mother like what it's like to have him as a son, and um they just kind of talk about life as a whole, and it just I don't know, just really interesting stuff. I really wish the rest of the show was like the last episode, because if I did, I would really like it. It sort of reminded me of how in the View from Halfway Down from BoJack Horseman, how Sarah Lynn ages as the episode goes on. This sort of does something similar. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just really wish every episode of the show was like the last episode, because I don't know. I feel like it would actually be interesting. Um, but that's where I ended up planning on the show. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad, but like I don't really like it. um, so I guess just watch the final episode and then that's it. All right. I'll see you guys later. Kirby out.